All right, here we go. So here I just wanted to showcase this combo loop that you can do. So the combo loop is if you have Dimension Shifter, if you open with Dimension Shifter or Harpy's Feather Storm or any card that you want to loop and use over and over and over and over and over, you can actually do that using Ryza. You don't have to have Ryza in your opening hand as long as you have the Floowandereeze map, Robina, or Eglin, either one of the two, and then whatever card that you will want for this combo. So what you want to do is you want to activate the Dimension Shifter if you can, so then that way it goes to the graveyard. And of course, my opponent's pretty stupid, so he basically maxes and then he negates his own maxi with Ash Blossom. So I'm just gonna use duality just to search for something else, and I see prosperity, so I go ahead and grab prosperity. We're gonna dump some cards from our banish pile, and then we're gonna search, see what we can grab. All right, so I grab a Book of Moon. All right, so we're gonna activate the map. Map is going to send Robina to the banish pile, and then that's how we're gonna chain block to get this first part off. Which is why I say you can do this with Robina or Eglin, either one, it doesn't matter. And then I'm just going to search for barrier statue. So barrier statue is just going to prevent our opponents from being able to special summon anything other than wind monsters, right? Normal plays. So then what we're going to do is tribute those two monsters off for Impin, and then we're going to just bounce back either Eglin or Robina back into the hand, leave the other one in the grave in the banish pile, so we can chain block next turn. Grab the Dreaming Town. So right here, the Book of Moon part does not matter. It doesn't matter. You don't actually have to have Ryza in your hand. Like I say, you can search it, but if it's in your hand, that's good because then you can do the next play that I'm gonna do right here. Harpy's Featherstorm works even better with this because if you have Harpy's Featherstorm, you would sit it on the field now in your last turn, and then you would activate it to start the turn off, and that would prevent them from being able to basically do anything. But the thing is, you can't activate Dimension Shifter and do this loop because it'll go to the banish pile. But since we're doing this with Dimension Shifter is going to go to the graveyard, and then we can basically do the loop using Dimension Shifter. So that would keep that in mind. All right. So what we're going to do, summon Robina. Robina is going to search, and we're going to chain block with Eglin. Since we already have Eglin, we can search something else. So this time I'm going to search Toucan. All right. So now we're just going to summon Eglin. Eglin's going to search. Now, right here, you would want to search for Ryza if you don't have Ryza instead of Impin. I just searched Impin because I already had Ryza. So that way I can make more plays and I can start tributing my opponent's monsters. But what you really want to do is just make Ryza. And if your opponents have like multiple monsters, if you want to wait before you activate the Dreaming Town, you would normally activate the Dreaming Town to continue to summon. But since he normal summoned to start off, then I was able to use the map and just save the Dreaming Town. But you can use the Dreaming Town to start this combo. So what you would do is you would summon Ryza right here, but since I have Impin, I'm going to do a different type of play. So I'm going to summon Impin right here to search, chain block with Robina, and then I just grab the unexplored winds right here, right? Then I'm going to tribute because you only have to tribute one monster to basically summon Ryza. You can tribute one tribute summon monster to summon Ryza. And when you do that, if you do it that way, or if you tribute two monsters, then you get an additional effect as long as one of them is a wind monster, where you can bounce one card on the field back to their hand, which I use it to bounce Ryza back into the hand. So the trick here is you want to target the opponent's card since you have barrier statue. You want to target the opponent's card, shuffle that into the deck, and then use Ryza's ability to stack whatever cards in your graveyard back onto the deck. So if it's Dimension Shifter, stack it onto the top of the deck, and then you bounce Ryza back into your hand. That'll allow you to do this loop again. And on top of that, when your opponent's in their turn, you get Dimension Shifter back from your deck on that's the top card of your deck. And if your opponents activate Max C, then what you could do is you could, instead of going for Dimension Shifter, you can just make them stack Max C because Max C is pretty much a dead card. And then sometimes they'll activate it again and then you can do it again. So basically, it's a way to make your opponents continuously brick if you know that they're bricking. So what we're going to do is just bounce these cards. And then, of course, they know what's going on and they quit. So that's the loop. And it's an infinite loop. Your opponents really can't get out of it, and you can just keep attacking over and over and over and over and over. And it's even better if you do it with Harpy's Featherstorm because they can't activate any monster effects whatsoever. Most players can't play through that unless they're playing like Eldritch. So